All right. Oh, that's nice. It automatically started recording. Hey, Megan, I think I'm gonna make you a contributor. It's just so that way you can unmute anytime you want to or message inside of the chat. It's not to, hop on immediately. I just wanted to let you know that if you still can hear me. We're gonna go ahead and wait a little bit for some more members to hop on, and I'm excited to go over what we have today. Hey, Megan, can you hear me? Just want to make sure. You might be muted for, oh, damn. Man. Okay. Wait, it's just me. Hey, Benetta, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you, sweetie?
I'm trying to unmute myself. Can you hear me? Sorry, I think my volume is down.
Yes, sir, I can. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I can't complain. I won't complain.
Me too. Me too. I'm excited about all the new stuff we've done to the community and how we're trying to provide more value. So,
Y'all always giving, always giving.
have you had a chance to check it out yet?
I have looked at some things. I'm a little slow because I'm coming back from a cruise, but I am spinning up. I'm trying to spin up.
Oh yeah, no worries. It's me and Scotty were gone for the last 5-6 days or so. We were out in Florida, so since we were there, we just worked a lot, especially off of all the comments we've gotten in the community and what everybody's first impressions were and stuff. So we've kind of worked it around, and we think everybody's going to be happy with it.
I did catch one interview that he was doing at one of the places he was staying at. They were interviewing him that and I was laughing so much. That was good. I needed the laughter.
Yeah, it was probably I was probably the one taking the video. Yeah, it was funny. It was kind of breaking up and the quality wasn't as good, but it was funny. It was
No,
good.
that's what makes it fun. I love, like the real of it. I love the transparency, the real, and him just going over things. They were standing outside, I think on a balcony or something. I can't remember, but it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Scott, are you here? See if you just
Yes, sir.
Cool. Yeah, we were just talking about you going live in Florida.
Oh yeah.
He got stage fright there for a minute. He was like, "Oh yeah," and you get Amex Chase and
oh yeah. I was like,
you
wait.
could recite those things with your eyes closed any time of the day. They throw the camera on you, and you was like,
I
yeah.
know. I know.
Are we gonna have to cut that? Well, you take that out. I was like,
I
no,
know.
don't
I
take
know. And
it
we were
out.
live. I
Leave
didn't
it.
even know we were
Leave
live.
it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Nah, people see my content and they're like, "Oh, you're so good." I'm like, no.
No, you are.
Why
You're
don't you see
usually
the
so
before
free
the
flowing.
edit?
You're so wonderful. And I was like, I know he didn't just freeze up right there. I was like, but that's what makes it really good. That's what makes it real. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, Banana. What's up? We just got Banana and Justin on?
It looks like it. I made a post. I wasn't able to email it out to anybody though, because I think when we emailed it on the plane, it won't let us do it at 72 hours after that. So I don't think I was able to blast it like I usually do.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Well, shoot. I mean, Justin, you got a lucky day, brother. You got Jesse, Bonetta, and I all to yourself. What can we do for you today, bro?
Sounds good. I'm just tuning in here. anxious to learn more about credit stacking.
Yeah. Yeah. I think today we were, I mean, Jesse and I, we just came back from Florida and we changed the entire community structure and everything like that. So we were really wanting to review that today and then just kind of open it up for Q&A. Jesse, did you have anything put together for credit stacking, at least a focus point or anything?
Not specifically, no.
All right.
Mm-mm.
Justin, then we can literally just make this personal and dive into like your situation and just kind of help you in any area that you really need to kind of focus on.
Yeah, that'd be great. Basically, for the past couple months since I joined, I'm just working on paying down some business credit cards and personal credit cards to get my fluctuating credit score back up to about the 720 range. As I understand, it needs to be about 720 to start doing the credit stacking type of stuff. I've got 2 or 3 business credit cards right now, but looking to expand that.
Okay. What do you have? I always like to start on the personal because it sounds like utilization is kind of holding you back a little bit.
Yeah, and I think that's mainly due to a HELOC I have. It
Yeah.
looks like the HELOC is part of the utilization. So my utilization is quite high.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, lines of credit do count towards credit utilization. It's weird because like lines of credit, you only pay interest on what you're using, but that's the same with credit cards, except for credit cards have a 0% introductory time frame. And that's why, I have had some feedback from some relationship managers saying that we should actually establish our relationship with banks with lines of credit first and then go after the credit cards. But if you think about it, let's just say you have 2 or 3 lines of credit and they're all at 50,000, you've got 150,000 and you're using those up, and that's your only credit availability, but it does affect your overall utilization, then you'll never have the opportunity to get access to credit cards because it affects your utilization. And like, this is a problem that I'm seeing with relationship managers is they don't know the cause and effect of things that, individuals do. Like I have one client, very liquid. Their business was doing multiple 7 figures, 800 plus credit score. He went in and he was following instructions on, credit stacking with Chase, going through a relationship manager, and this relationship manager. Now, remember the difference from a relationship manager and an underwriter. An underwriter's the one actually analyzing your credit profile and deciding the amount that you get approved for and approving you or denying you. A relationship manager is just someone who represents you, for that card or for that funding and basically your business. And this relationship manager was saying, hey, yeah, apply for like $110,000 on this Chase card. But my client doesn't have any history with Chase. He opened up the bank account that day and kind of bypassed the process that I laid down for him. And because of that, he got approved for $30,000. It's like just listening to a relationship manager. So definitely be cautious on that. So I don't know why they recommend lines of credit first. So do you have any other personal credit cards to balance that out, or is like your only option to pay that down?
Well, I have a few. I've got like a Capital One Venture card. It's like only like a $1,000 or $2,000 balance out of a $8,500 limit. I got some store cards. I got I don't know, maybe just around 15 to $20,000 in limits on these personal cards. Then I have a MX business card and a Capital One Spark business card and a US Bank business card. So yeah, I just looking to maybe get some more credit cards but I'm wondering if it's even going to be possible with that until I get that HELOC knocked out. If I should not even try until I pay it off first. It's like $80,000 on this HELOC.
Wow. Okay. So what's your utilization percentage at right now?
I can look it up real quick.
Sure. Who do we have in here now? Kim. I know. I thought Kim said something about popping in here, and then we have Michael.
Hi.
Hey,
Can I
Kim.
can I ask a question while he's
Yeah, of
trying to
course.
get information? Jesse, I sent you an email and with the Experian circumstance, and it was just a little bit weird. And Scotty, I'm glad you're on the call too, because I sent all the documents in trying to dispute once again all the Experian negatives on my report. And they sent me a letter, they emailed me a letter, and I forwarded it to Jesse, basically saying that I need to resubmit all the information, like the police report and all these other details that I had already sent them, like maybe 2 weeks ago. And I guess the letter was basically saying that they couldn't pursue anything else until they got more definitive documentation. Did you get that, Jesse?
Yeah, I'm actually checking it out as you're mentioning it, because it
Mhm.
looks like they're asking you, like you said, to send in the exact same
Mm-hmm.
information that you've already sent in, as well as kind of telling you that you never even sent in the police report, is what it looks like.
And I did send in I sent in the police report. It has the police report number, uh, everything, everything that I had been sending in, which was really odd to me. So I guess my question is, what should I do? I mean, like at this point, sending the stuff back in, and I had it certified, I sent it certified mail.
Do you have that receipt and number?
Mm-hmm.
Have you filed a CFPB complaint against the Bureau, Experian?
No, I didn't file them against any of them. I guess that was my next question. Should I just now individually file a CFPB against all of them at this point?
Yeah, the bureaus. I would do the bureaus first. Uh, so yesterday, I don't know if anybody saw my Instagram stories. TD Bank was sued for $28 million from the CFPB
Mm-mm.
for 3 reasons: not updating or reporting inaccurate information, not doing proper investigations with disputes, and then one more that is aligned with like credit repair. So it sounds like TD Bank has gotten enough CFPB complaints that they had to file suit. So you can really use that as leverage, especially since it's hot on the news plate.
Mhm.
And, you know, file a CFPB complaint against Experian, mention that they're using like delayed tactics. They're not doing proper investigations.
Mhm.
They're failing to provide verifiable proof that they are investigating.
Mhm.
They're asking for information that I've continuously sent in. Here's proof. Boom. And there's your receipt. Now, you file the CFPB complaint. Don't just sit back and wait for a response. Make a copy of the CFPB complaint and then
Mhm.
write up another letter. And this letter is just going to simply say, Dear Experian, I have sent you all documents that you've requested multiple times, including police report, and I've sent it certified mail with a tracking number. Here's a copy of that. Are you saying that you have lost these documents or that I've never sent them? Regardless, you've had plenty of time to do an investigation and resolve this issue. I was left no choice but to file a CFPB complaint against you. Please remove or correct XYZ account and whatnot. So now you're going to take that letter and a copy of the complaint with identification and with everything that they're asking for.
Okay.
Right. So it's not just simply handing them over what they're asking for again, because we know that it's just another delayed tactic.
Right.
So, okay, we'll give you what you're asking for, but we're also going to slap your hand for it too.
Mhm. Okay. So basically file the complaint with the
Mhm.
CFPB, send the same documentation that Experian is asking for along in addition with the complaint for the CFPB to them and let
Correct.
them and then a copy of my that I sent it certified mail.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm also going to do the CFPB with TransUnion and Equifax. Yes, or wait.
If they're responding the same way, yes.
They're not. They haven't responded at this point yet.
Okay. Definitely wait on those responses though.
Okay, but with Experian, do it now. Okay.
Yeah. Remember, they're 3 separate bureaus and they can all respond in 3 separate different ways. So therefore, you have to respond according to how they responded to your disputes.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much. Now, should I send the Experian letter, a copy of that letter to them again with my documentation?
Yeah, you can send everything that you've sent before and prior. Basically, like, here's everything that I've sent to you prior, and here's a
The letter that you sent
the
to me.
receipt. Yeah, everything that you sent in the very first disputes, and then proof that they've received it before, and then the new
Letter.
attachment that's going to be in the folder is a CFPB complaint and an additional letter saying that, hey, I was left no choice but to file this. You need to remove this now.
Gotcha. Thank you, Scotty.
Of course.
Thank you, Jesse.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Justin, do you have that, what you were looking for?
Yeah, I went to Experian and I see that my revolving utilization is 55%. I guess that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, so that's not as bad as I thought with the big old HELOC like that.
Yeah, I thought it was more than that, but I don't know if the HELOCs even be accounted for in this particular piece of data here. I don't know. It doesn't look like it is.
Interesting. Okay. Well, what I would maybe do is, are your scores below 720 right now?
Oh, it's interesting. Like I checked it yesterday, it was 687. Now today it's up to 712.
Hey, there you go. The power of monitoring your credit. That's awesome, man. So yeah, I'm assuming your utilization is fluctuating.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
About a month or two ago, I got a personal loan to put some of the credit cards into that, thinking that might help.
Yeah, no, that would definitely help. Did that help pay them off a little bit and lower your utilization?
Probably like 30 to 50% of the credit card debt was put into a personal loan.
Yeah, no, that's good. So, man, the fact that you're right below 720 with around 50% utilization, I bet you if you dropped that another 20% and got 30% or lower, definitely right below 30%, you would definitely be able to go out and apply for some business credit cards for sure. And then just, work on moving all of your personal credit over to business. That way the utilization is not affecting you anymore. So
you can do that. You can somehow transfer your personal credit card debts into your business.
You won't be able to transfer it. Obviously, you're not going to tell your CPA this, but you won't be able to just simply transfer. You're going to have to turn your business credit limits into cash, and then that cash you use to pay off your personal credit cards.
Very interesting. Okay.
So now the balance is left over here on the business side, and maybe it's 0% interest. So you're not paying interest. Well, also that balance isn't going to be reporting on the personal side. So you lowered your interest rate, you lowered your credit utilization, your scores went up, and it allows you to apply for way more personal credit cards and business credit cards.
Wow. Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, so do they not even look at the balances on your business cards when you're trying to do this credit stacking?
I mean, some of them report balances to like Experian, but I mean, not all of them do. That's why you kind of have to stack in a strategic way. So, for example, like if you have a Chase Bank credit card and it's maxed out, you definitely don't want to go to like Chase Bank and apply for another credit card. Or go to a bank that pulls from a different bureau than Experian Biz.
Right. Yeah, I meant to last week to try to find access to that sheet that shows which cards report to which bureaus. I forgot to do that, but I need to get on that.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll give a preview of kind of like the entire whole new layout of the community. I think it's going to be. I honestly wish there was 300 people on today's call, because we're just going to try to keep it casual and then give a preview of the entire new layout. Okay. So should we kick that off, Jesse, or?
Yeah, we can kick it off. One thing I just know that I think Michael has a question though beforehand.
Yeah, go ahead, Michael.
You're muted. Oh, Michael, I think you're muted.
It's not a credit stacking question, but I'm trying to be a fix and flipper, and I've seen and tried to Google and could not come up with the right answer as far as, can you use your credit cards, as far as the down payments and whatnot, like with title companies. I was under the impression that you can't, but then I see some stuff that you can.
Yeah, good question. So you technically cannot. You cannot just simply swipe your card at the title company, but there are ways to turn your credit card limits into cash. Now, once cash is in your bank, and then of course you can send a wire. And there's also places like Melio, right, Bonetta? It's Melio that people are using for,
Yes, sir. That's what I just did.
Yep.
$50,000 worth of it.
Yeah, I brought this up because Bonetta is actually going through this process right now. She's investing in a huge development project, and part of her EMD and down payment commitment was used with credit cards. Bonetta, do you mind sharing with Michael a little bit of the process?
No, I initially did it with Melio because I didn't know any other way to do it, and I saw where Scotty had mentioned Melio, and then the other portion, they had me do it with Plastique because that was their preferred method of doing it. I prefer Melio because they have a limit when transferring the money, so it's not as expensive. Plastique, they have a higher cap with each way that you transfer, and I use multiple cards. I prefer Melio. It's simple, it's cheaper, and that's the best way to go. And they give multiple ways of switching the money, but then again, it's always up to how they want to receive the money, whether it's wire, ACH, check, whatever they want. But I like Melio best.
And Bonetta, the way Melio works is you just simply pay it, and then they then send either a wire or a check.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
not
And you can,
in your
yes, and you can put in there exactly the address, where it's going, the bank routing, how they want it, or they give you multiple options. There are different ways of doing it depending on who you're paying.
And what is that? What are the processing fees with Melio?
Melio is 2.8%.
That's it?
That's it.
Hey, that is killer. See, I tell people all the time, like, look, I can probably help liquidate a little bit, and I don't charge anything. I'm not making a single dime off of it. But if my processor is at 3%, well, 2.9% in, and then obviously out is another like 2% through Stripe or PayPal. That's 5%. So hey, Melio is the better option, then go for that for sure. Does that help out, Michael?
Yeah, so I looked into Melio and Plastique. So then what about both of those can be fairly quickly then?
Very quick, free. 3 days. It took, it said it was going to be there on the third day. Melio got it there the second day. Plastic did take 3 days before it showed up in their account. But it gives you a receipt and shows you where it is in the process.
So if you need to close by a certain date, that's important information.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'd probably have at least five business days buffer time at minimum.
And then what about piggybacking that with travel rewards? I saw where like American Express doesn't work with plastic
Yes.
anymore?
Yes, it does not. That was a stumbling block. I thought that I was going to be able to max out on my Amex, but I could not. I had to use my Chase, my US bank, and take that pivot. But if I was able to use Emilio, I would have been able to use my Amex ones. But they wanted plastic, so I had to go the other way, which was okay with me because I had 0% interest still available on my US bank. So.
Beautiful.
I just like the Amex and Chase because the points are, transferable. They're better with the points because you do get the points when you utilize that funding with those cards.
And Michael, we do actually have Tristan's not in here today, but we actually created a resource within all of our credit stacking resources, letting you know which credit cards would be safe to liquidate and use in a circumstance like this, right? Because Amex is kind of wishy-washy, right? Like if you pool too much with Amex at once, you raise the risk of them lowering your overall limits and whatnot. So you want to be very careful doing that with specific banks. So like mid-tier banks, well, like Bonetta used US Bank, that would be one that's okay. Chase would be okay. And then from there, like lower tier banks, Bank of America would be okay. But Amex, I definitely wouldn't liquidate with Amex. So just keeping that in mind, if you wanted to get the travel rewards out of there. So for example, your down payment was 20,000 and you have a Chase card, even if it's a 0% unlimited card or a cash card, those aren't travel cards, but they're 0% interest. That's ideal for a down payment. You can still use that and liquidate that card and use that for the down payment. But as long as you have a travel card, or maybe on the personal side, like the Sapphire Reserve or the Preferred, you can still combine all those points together to that reserve card and transfer them out instead of using them for cash back. So in that circumstance, you're getting the best of both worlds, a 0% interest and travel rewards.
Right. And then what about, I don't think it does any sort of reward, but it does delay, it gives you like 60 days. But the Amex Plum card I was looking at before coming in here, but are you in the same situation where maybe you would have to use plastique or something? Or how could I best utilize that 60-day time frame with the flip? I don't know.
Well, if you have, do you have the card right now?
No.
Okay. I mean, so just kind of paint me the perfect picture, like what you would like to happen, and then I can kind of tell you what would be possible with that card.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of it was my previous knowledge before coming in here and not understanding the travel rewards. And then as soon as I kind of figured that out, I'm like, okay, travel rewards is way better.
Yeah.
The 60-day, just because you could almost, other than selling the house, I still haven't done a flip yet, so this would be my first one. I would go into that wanting just to do some sort of easy cosmetic 2-3 week, realizing that it could be longer than that. But even still, say 4, 5, 6 weeks to fix it up, and then some time to put it on the market. Not that I have enough cash in my account, my bank account, but then it kind of maxes me out, and that's what has put me off. I was living in Cali and I couldn't quite do it. I'm in Salt Lake City now, and so I could do the down payment, and then it just puts me at such a low amount that I feel a little uncomfortable. So I'm just looking at all my options.
Got it. Okay. I guess I'm just kind of confused about where the 90-day is coming from, because you really shouldn't have to worry about anything. I mean, you can carry a balance on these credit cards forever, right? But the things you want to keep in mind is how long is the 0% interest introductory rate? And if it's a 12-month card, you go out and get a new 0% interest for 12-month card. You liquidate that and use that for a down payment, and then maybe use a different card like an Amex Gold or a Platinum or whatever, use that for actual rehab cost. So you use one card for down payment and use another card for rehab cost. That's exactly what I did. Obviously in Oklahoma, where down payments were $10,000-$20,000, not 200, but in California. But you know, that's how we were able to continuously use these cards and not have to go out and you know, liquidate too much of our cash. And as long as it's on 0% interest, it's 12 months. Now, obviously in real estate, you can burn and turn a house in 3 months, 6 months, depending on the size. You know, even if it's just like cosmetic, we call that in real estate lipstick, just putting lipstick on the house, you know, carpet, paint, cleaning it up, you know, $10,000-$15,000 tops, and then listing it, there's another 30 to 90 days, right? So you're looking at a 4 or 5 month turnaround. But and if, as long as you're on 0% interest, it's okay.
Right. I do have one card. It was awesome and it helped me. It was a transfer card. It was with a credit union. So then they did it. There was either 0 or like $100 transfer fee. Whereas I saw them all the time, but then they wanted, you know, like a 2% transfer fee. I'm like, that's kind of defeating the purpose. But I do have a card that I could put maybe 30K on with 0% transfer fee. So that's another, I didn't really think about that. So I could, if I do need to pay something off, I could then just do a balance transfer onto that card to give me a little bit more time until the house sells.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, and with those interest rates dropping today, I think we should be okay on burning and turning some properties.
Yeah, I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
Thing kind of waiting for today to see what they would do. I've talked to others and they said, you know, it still may be like the next time they cut rates or something as far as, you know, helping out the housing market. But, you know, today was a good day.
Yeah. Good for the real estate market.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep. Absolutely. Do we have any more questions that we could knock out since it's a small group? I know.
Yeah. Don't have to be about credit stacking. Could be about
Yeah, literally anything. We're, you know, it's just us here. If not, we'll go ahead and do a preview of everything that we kind of changed. Yeah. And then we'll share this to the community for the people who couldn't make it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And also, if you guys do have any questions while I'm going over everything, feel free to just message them in the chat, or Scotty, just let me know if anybody raises their hands or anything.
Yeah. Or just feel free to stop us, because what we're going to do is we're going to take this recording and probably trim it down and then post it into the community, because there's, 300 other people who will not know how to navigate the community if they don't watch this. Go ahead.
Hey, it's Marcus. I had a question. I just thought of this. The built card thing. I remember in Seven Figure Cartel, you had mentioned there's a hack to kind of be able to pay your mortgage with that. What is that hack?
Yeah. So there's actually several posts that were made about this. And one very recently, I think I saw Bonetta commenting on it, where someone asked, their trust owns their house.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
Oh, well, shit. Okay. Yeah. No, look, it's simply a lease agreement between the trustee and you, right? You're just creating a lease agreement, and you just turn that into Built, and you'll receive a check every month, or you're
okay. Even though it's the same name, even though I'm the trustee and I'm the tenant.
No,
You know?
no. You have to,
No?
it has to be different. I
Yeah,
looked it
that's
up. I
what-
looked up the law, and you can't be the tenant. You have to name a family member or whoever. It doesn't matter. It just has, that's why I posted it in there so that you can see it, you know. But Built doesn't ask you the name of the tenant. So you don't have to worry about it. They just want the bank account that you want paid. So that's not an issue that you have to worry about.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Bonetta. I did not. I didn't think you could have the same name on there, but I did not know that Built didn't confirm the actual rentee.
Yeah.
Nope, they don't confirm.
Well, there you go, Marcus. That's
Wouldn't that be me though with the built card?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they don't confirm lease agreements or anything, but what they do is they look at the names of like if you're sending it to your same bank account and your name is on your bank account, or for me, for
Yeah.
example, I have I send a check in to my landlord, so it has my landlord's name on the check. So if it was your name, for example, then there would be some, crisscross. But what I've seen is somebody send it to their wife, for example, to the same address, and then the wife does the exact same thing for the husband, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, that's what I've seen. And then other than that, yeah, like the LLC, if it's the business bank account, the
Because I do my mortgage and a rental property down in Kissimmee. So I use it for 2 different things so I could double up on reward points. And then I attach my USAA banking account. So I'm not using the limit on my built card as well because they fronted it, but then they instantly take the money from my bank account.
yeah, they have something. What was it called? I think it was called the rent protection or something like that.
Mhm, mhm.
Mhm. And they immediately just take it straight out of the bank account. They don't even charge the credit limit at all.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that update.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what would be some clear direction for Marcus then? Okay, we've got now that we know the name, it is what? It's your full name as the trustee?
Well, the name of the trust doesn't have our names on it, but I mean, my wife and I, we are the trustees of the trust.
Okay. Well, okay.
So that'd be kind of weird that the trustee of the trust is getting a check from the same person that has the card as the tenant. So I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way to capitalize on that. But I guess we'd have to use someone else's name. All right. Yeah, it's just kind of weird. Not sure if it's even possible.
Well, they don't look at and from my knowledge, they don't look at the trustees, but they look at who it's sent to if it is a specific person. And if you send it to your wife, for example, they wouldn't look into that at all. As far as I know, that's literally what I've seen. So if you just
when you go on there, you input what information you want on there. I could say I'm sending it to Mickey Mouse, and this is the address, and then this is the bank account number.
Oh, okay. Well, then that makes it simple. Then so they don't have to know who the trustee
set
is.
up the account information that you want to go, because I didn't put Rocket Mortgage in there. I just put the bank account information because, like, my landlord, because I do arbitrage down in Kissimmee. I did not put their name in there. All I did is put their banking information. They don't know who I'm subleasing from.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And that's
what's the name of your trust?
It's just called the Bluebird Living Trust.
There you
So
go.
I could get an EIN and an account for that trust, I think, and just send the check there.
Yeah, I'll say that's a good point by Benetta. You don't want to have like the same bank account sending it to the same bank account. So yeah, but
yeah,
so
cool. That makes sense. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Benetta. Yeah, thank you.
Anybody else have any questions before I kind of go over what's new with the community or anything? What's going on, Walter? Nice to see you in here. Cool. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get started. The first.
Sorry about that. I'm driving. Yeah, I just gotta. So I messed up on my credit stuff. I forgot to put on my Google Calendar when my Chase Freedom reports, and it dropped my score quite a bit because I was running it. I think my limit was like 5,000, but then I spent like over 8,000 or something like that. I paid it off twice a month, but I forgot to set the alert when it was due, and I let it report the balance, and it reported like 4,000 something. So it dropped me quite a bit, like 20 something points on TransUnion, and Experian. I think it dropped me like 42 points or something like that. It dropped me a lot. So I gotta fix that. I don't know if that's really a question or not. That's just
it's just utilization though, right?
That going.
It's just utilization though, right? Like you don't have any late payments or anything, right? Yeah.
For some reason, my audio isn't working, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to get back on.
Okay. Go ahead, Jesse, and kick off.
Cool. Yeah, let's run it. All right. So the first thing I wanted to share with everybody, which I think is the most valuable, especially for the members that are already inside of the community and new members coming in, is that we're actually going to be starting onboarding, onboard calls. So I'm going to be taking onboarding calls with everybody in the community, so that way I can give you guys a tailored blueprint, and that way you guys understand exactly how to use the platform. Let me go ahead and I'll share with you guys the link here. It's going to be, honestly, it's going to be every Wednesday and Tuesday that I'm going to take these calls. Here is the link. And I'm going to share it here in the chat. So you guys feel free to schedule an onboarding call with me, so that way I can get your guys' feedback. Let me make sure the link works. Oh, shoot. Show it again. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that way I can get you guys' feedback, understand, where you guys are at, where you guys want to go, and, make sure you guys understand the platform, because a lot of people don't even understand how to even attend these calls, right? So I want to make sure it's only around 20, 30 minutes or so, but I want to give you guys as much value as possible. And I think it's going to be something huge. I've already had a couple onboarding calls and they've all went really well. So yeah, I just want to make sure I laid that out, because that's going to be the most valuable thing, one of the most valuable things we've added to the call. So if you guys have any issues, using that link or anything, or want to still schedule an onboarding call with me another time, feel free to DM me. I'm going to make a post about it here soon. So the next thing would be going through the new system, the new kind of layout of the classroom, and what everything means, what the colors mean, what the new modules are, and everything like that. So to put it blankly simple, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 new colors. So we got rid of the old system of green means ebooks, red means personal credit, everything like that. And we made it very simple, and we added 4 colors. What these colors mean are: blue stands for what you have instant access to as soon as you join the community. So anybody who joins the community, you guys have instant access to all the ebooks, all of these modules, the intro modules for personal credit, intro module of business credit, and credit stacking, and travel hacking. So if you guys had any questions about that, let me know. Feel free to unmute or anything, but it's pretty simple. It looks pretty simple now. The next thing would be the gold. So we only have 3 gold modules, and that just explains.
Hey, hold on, Jesse.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions about what you get instant access to now? And I know most people in here are already past this, but so first of all, there's no more gamification. Gamification no longer exists in our community. I know some people liked it, some people were okay with it, but we got a shit ton of bad reviews and chargebacks due to simply the gamification. And it was a lot of people who didn't even put forth effort into understanding the gamification or why it was implemented. So, after joining several other communities and seeing what is working for some of the top school communities in the world, is everybody is doing it this way. You simply just get instant access to most information, and then you've got the credit system, which we have implemented before, that you get to unlock any module with the credit system every single month when your subscription renews. And what color is that?
That is the orange colored module. So these modules,
any of the yellowish, gold, orange ones are the ones that you can unlock with a credit system. All right. So instead of coloring different, oh, this is personal credit, oh, this color is business, this color is credit stacking, this is travel hacking, oh, this is a purchase upgrade. Now it's just very simple, 3 colors. Instant access, credit access, and upgrade access. Right. And I think we have a couple more, but I think that's it for now.
Yeah, and just one-time purchases too. So like the red, for example, these are all one-time purchases that you guys have access to pay for, just to go through it. But 99% of the modules out of the 42 modules inside of the community, I think only, what was it, maybe 9 or 10 have to be unlocked through a one-time purchase.
Yeah. And we dropped the prices drastically too, as far as those.
Right.
And the reason kind of like, there's so much like psychology behind the way I had it before, and so much about like this new process as well. Like before, what I was trying to do was cater to multiple people's needs, right? And honestly, it's not scalable. What we ran into is like, okay, well, what about the people who can't pay, $2,500 for instant access? Well, let's make a very affordable community at a monthly price. And then, and then from there, everyone starts there. And then from there, you've got two options. One is, if you can't afford instant access, you can earn access through gamification. And by trying to cater to two separate audiences, it caused a lot of chargebacks. So we had to pick and choose which one. So we had to get rid of the gamification and build it this way. Walter, go ahead, brother.
You might have said this already, but my connection's kind of breaking up. Let's say I purchased some already, am I still going to have access to that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. We're 100%. And this was, man, we were in Florida at a real estate conference, and we were staying up till the sun was coming up, hammering this out. And there's going to be tons of people who may have had access to something and now it's locked. We've already ran into it. We're not here to take away from anything that anyone already has. We're just trying to make a simpler, streamlined process for everyone who joins in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Yeah. And so if you notice something that, if you're missing something, just reach out to us, like message Jesse, and we'll just open it up for you. Like, we have all that data. We know what people, have purchased or haven't purchased, have access to, don't have access to. So, but obviously we'd have to go individual one by one to 310 people. So if you guys notice that you don't have access to something, let us know and we can just open it for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's simple.
Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead, Jesse.
Cool. Yeah. So, like Scotty was saying, we just have the monthly credit system. And these are the only modules you can unlock with I made it very simple with the monthly credit system, and then the testimonial, like we had before, you actually just essentially what you get is a free monthly credit to use on any of these same modules, right? Outside of those two, you can get full access to Creditlift and then lifetime.
Hold on, can I stop? Can I mention something?
Yeah.
So it's like, so we named 3 things. We named an onboarding process. And in that onboarding process, now how the community is set up, you have instant access to what, like 90, you said like 90% of stuff now or something like that?
Yeah, you see it right here. It's
So you have access to all that. And then how to get access to more is through the credit or purchase. So in the onboarding process, here's the strategy that I would take and should be encouraged by Jesse in the onboarding process is, where exactly are you at? Why did you join the community? And what are you looking to get out of it? Okay, so here we go. Month 1, you have access to all this. I'd run through all that. Now, here's the thing. After you run through all of that, on month 2, you're going to get a monthly credit, a statement credit. So you get to unlock any module, and then go ahead and leave a testimonial. You get to unlock another module. So by month 2, you'll be able to unlock 2 modules. And that in the onboarding process is something that should be discussed and like really strategized. Say, hey, if you're looking for travel hacking, you have an 840 credit score, you've got all the travel credit cards. Here's what you should watch in the first month, and on month 2, leave a testimonial, and then use your 2 credits to unlock this and this. Boom, there it is. There's everything, right? So we're trying to go about it in a one-way streamlined process, but a very strategic way as well. That way, you guys can you don't have to do gamification and then still have to work through modules that you may or may not need right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Cool. Yeah, no worries. So, and just to add on the whole gamification, we might be using that in the future. So just stay on the lookout for that, but we're going to be using it in a completely different format. So, but yeah, the other 2 big things we wanted to implement that I thought was amazing for those that love the community, want to have instant access, and just love contributing is the Creditlift full access and then Creditlift lifetime access. So did you kind of want to dive in, Scotty, on those 2, what the differences between those?
Yeah, go ahead and go to either the upgrades or the service module.
Yeah, let's go to, let me see.
So, and for those of you who do not know, we do not do done for you services much anymore. It's very exclusive. So yeah, these are the upgrades. These aren't the done for yous.
Yeah, you want the done for yous?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, but what we're realizing is people do want more hands-on help. And this is what I used to do, is just charge $2,500 for the 5-day sweep. Essentially, instead of doing it completely DIY, it's more so we will do it with you. We'll do it for you, with you. It's kind of like hand holding both, but you're involved enough to understand the entire process and never have to pay anyone ever again. You'll understand it. We'll literally get on Zoom and do it with you. So that's just the 5-day sweep. And then the funding and credit stacking. This is where most people in my space are making millions and millions of dollars a year. I don't like this strategy. But you know what? There's some people who would rather do it, and I'm going to give them the option to. Essentially what it is, it's more so done for you funding and credit stacking. Now, every single one of these will have an application. Okay, we will not just take anybody. So for example, the funding is, if you do get approved or qualify to even be able to qualify for funding, and then for us to help you, we will do it. And we just charge 10% of the approved limit. So if I get you 250,000, 10%, it's simple math. It's completely up to you guys. And then with travel hacking, same. You want us to book your trips for you? It's just 10% of what we save you. So for example, like we booked a trip for a good friend and affiliate of ours, and a done for you client, and we saved him $100,000. 10% of that, $10,000. And so yeah, he saved $90,000. And then of course the VIP service. This one is very expensive, very exclusive. This is where I and my team are basically doing everything for you. This one is over $36,000 a year to do, and I only do about five per month or 25 per quarter, just depending on the clients that I do onboard and what their needs are.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that one is just a simple, there is no qualification form. You schedule a call to really see if you qualify. So if anybody is interested in any of these, there's not the forms. We're working on putting together those forms, but travel hacking is ready to go. The VIP service is ready to go. The 5-day sweep, it is ready to go, but we don't have that form up. And then of course the funding. Now to clarify on the funding, this is where we'll actually put together your credit stacking portfolio and credit stack for you and with you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. We'll go ahead and go to the upgrades.
Yeah. I was literally just thinking that. So we'll go to the upgrades. So obviously this is the subscription that everybody has to start off with. It's the monthly subscription. What that entails is you just get the monthly credit to unlock any one of the modules that's I kind of laid out for you. Here's the process. It's pretty streamlined. Simply follow the process. It shows you what modules you can unlock. It shows you the credit redemption form and exactly how to fill that out. So yeah, I think everyone on this call, this is exactly what you have access to, starting from here. Any questions about the monthly subscription before we dive into the other 4? Cool. You want to emphasize on that, Scotty, or anything, or no?
No, I don't think so.
Cool. All right. So the next one is the one-time purchase module. So you'll see exactly which modules are for the one-time purchase. Like I was saying, the red ones, right? So you can see, as you see here, the Creditlift resources, we've actually knocked the price down for that. And we want to make sure that everything is a lot more accessible for everybody, right? So this one in particular, we knocked down the price, and all the other ones you'll see, we made it a lot easier access for everybody because we want you guys to have access to these resources and ask questions and actually be able to use them with the modules you guys can unlock with the monthly credits and the other modules that are up for grabs. So super simple. These are all the modules here. You just put your card information right there as soon as you click on the module, and then boom, you have access to all the modules, right? So this is the module. It'll show you the resources we have to offer for that specific one and exactly what you can unlock. Any questions about the one-time purchase modules? As you can see here, it's only 12 out of the entire 42. So 30 other modules will be either instantly unlocked or unlocked through the monthly credits. All good to go to the next one. You have anything, Scotty?
No.
Cool. So one awesome thing we also added that the school platform actually just added, not even, I think it was a week now, is an annual subscription. So we've actually made it over 58% off of the monthly subscription. And the biggest difference of these two, of the monthly subscription and annual subscription, is the pricing, right? So if you can see yourself, for the next year, taking advantage of not only those who come in to fix their personal credit, but also establish business credit, and also want to learn how to travel hack, and you just see yourself in here, connecting with everybody, asking questions on a daily basis, I would definitely recommend getting the annual subscription because it's over 58% off per year. And you can upgrade, downgrade anytime in the membership settings. So if you do upgrade, to the annual, you just downgrade back to the monthly, and then on the next billing cycle, it'll just automatically go ahead and downgrade you. So
That was confusing.
was it?
What am I getting downgraded for?
If you upgrade to the annual subscription from the monthly subscription, you can easily downgrade it if you need to or want to inside of the membership settings.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any questions about that?
And this is more pertinent to the people coming in next, because we can share our new landing page, Master at Work. There's some of you guys on it. So we'll share our landing page next. And with that, the price has changed. It's $198 a month. And so the annual, when people join the community, it's either $198 a month or $998 for an entire year. So that's where the 58% discount comes from, is by just joining for an entire year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead. Full access.
Cool. For full access, it's essentially, I think you guys have seen the Creditlift VIP program module. This is essentially the exact same thing. We just renamed it to full access so everybody kind of understands exactly what you would get access to. You get access to everything, right? So everything inside of the classroom tab of Creditlift, you get instant access to. The process is pretty simple. It's laid out exactly like the other ones. You check out the modules you want here, or you have access to, which is every one of them, and exactly what videos you'd get. and then you can actually purchase the subscription here. And then it could take up to 24 hours. Typically, it only takes 30 minutes or so, but just wait up to 24 hours. And if you have any questions and that time passes, you can always message the Creditlift School Success team. And I would definitely recommend this for people that, like, previously it's for people that don't want to engage, but more so people that don't want to go through the monthly credit system and wait to have access to all the modules, including the one-time purchase modules. You get access to the one-time purchase modules, all of the monthly credit modules, and the instant access modules. Any questions about that? Good to keep going. Cool. So the last one, and I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, is the lifetime subscription. So this one is one for people that want to stay within the community, want to stay in the ecosystem, want to, stick around for the new modules that are coming out consistently, including how to use credit for real estate, how to use credit as a, foreigner, any new tips and tricks that are coming out, especially with personal credit, because that's always changing. The laws on that is changing. Same thing with travel hacking. There's so many new things that are coming out. And if you guys want to stick around for the long haul, I would definitely recommend getting the lifetime subscription. And that includes essentially the Creditlift full access. You also get one free one-on-one with Scotty to go over the blueprint, kind of like the onboarding call, but 10 times more of the value. 10 times more of the value. So, and also, of course, you just get lifetime access to the entire Creditlift community. So you never have to, worry about.
Yeah, there is no subscription. There's nothing. You get instant full access and forever with no subscription or any upgrades necessary. Mm-hmm. And there's always upgrades. I actually have two new modules. Well, one, the how to leverage credit for real estate specifically. I have to go deep on that one. That one's going to be huge. And then one that I need to record like ASAP is how to obtain credit as a foreigner. Because I have tons of Canadians, and today or yesterday was my first New Zealand lead. I've got a few clients from, the Middle East and a couple from Australia. And it's the very same exact process. It's very simple. So if I had an actual tangible module program in there, then it's something worth of value to invite them in, bring them in. But until then, I just tell them to stand by. And I also have to re-record every single video, and I have over 300 of them. So with that, there's going to be tons of changes and obviously much more value. So yeah, lifetime subscription is definitely a good one. Mm-hmm. All right, what else do we have? Just sharing the landing page?
Yeah, other than that, I went through, changed kind of the level names. If you guys want to come up with some more creative, names, then
I like that. I haven't even seen that.
Or Credit Rookie or Credit Builder and Debt Crusher and stuff like that. The 800 Club, Credit CEO. If you guys want to come up with any more creative names, maybe we'll have like a little competition or something. I think that'd be awesome. It'd be great. I'll probably make a post after this, so everyone can get their 2 cents. Because
who's in level 7? Is it Bonetta?
It's Bonetta, and you.
Let's go,
Master Bonetta Sensei.
Awesome.
I'm in the 800 Club, so I'm trying. I'll get there soon enough.
Well, cool. Yeah, we'll share the landing page real quick.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead. You guys will see some familiar faces. Go ahead and share it.
So guys, I got to, before we don't scroll, before we dive into this, first of all, I'm going to re-record that video. There was a lot of thought. This is 2 months in planning, this landing page. Now, obviously there's, since the merger with InvestorLift, we've had tons of new members and whatnot. And with that, there comes tons of people who don't know or trust me yet. And when new people come in, they're just looking at it's just a tangible transaction, right? I give you money, you give me product or service. And they basically gauge that tangible transaction based off of what they get immediately. And what I've realized was on the landing page, what they're seeing or right when they join the community. What are they seeing? What are they receiving? What are they getting? Who are they talking to? And all this is just a bunch of psychology. I'm married to a psych major. So, and sales, obviously. So it's like thinking about that, we had to go about this new landing page very strategically, right? And we had to give or take, okay, get rid of the gamification, extend the LTR and the LTV. If you guys are in business, then you understand what those words are, but also being very transparent on the landing page, because people will watch my YouTube videos with like Robert or reels or content, and they'll take in a 60-second clip something like out of context and basically go to YouTube and say I'm a scam or do a chargeback, which can risk shutting down InvestorLift's entire freaking merchant account, which runs millions and millions of dollars through there. And for what? Because of a $98 community, right? So there's a lot that we have to really think about when coming up with marketing and the message. So what I did here in the first video is I blatantly put in the, in the very first video, this is what you get. And this is how it works, which I need to re-record it because I think that's the gamification. Yeah. See, another video I have to re-record. And yeah, so another thing is just a round of applause for Jesse, because he's really the mastermind behind this entire community and this landing page. So him and Jacob, our marketing manager, implemented an automated like testimonial process, and then come up with all this marketing. And as of last night that this is live?
Yeah, literally last night, this became live. And this is why I was, every single week from now on, I'm going to be pushing our Trustpilot account. We want people to leave reviews. So if you guys are on this,
and if you ask something for someone, you have to explain to them what it is and why, right? It's like, hey, go to Trustpilot. Well, why? What does that do for you and I? Well, Trustpilot is like the number one, basically, what is it? Stamp of approval or something. Having a Trustpilot account, it just puts you way ahead of other people because it shows your true legitimacy. It helps with when running paid ads. It helps with SEO. It really helps with your bumping you up on the search and the algorithm. So having a Trustpilot account with reviews and stars is super, super, super valuable, right? And so when we ask for a Trustpilot referral or testimonial, then it's that valuable to us, right? And then also like the testimonials in school, right? Earn your free credit. We're giving you a free credit, a free module in return for a simple testimonial, which you'll see some. Now, I do want to say one more thing before we get there. I looked at these for the first time last night, and it brought tears to my eyes because I had no idea that people were leaving these testimonials. Right. So it's like consciously, I'm always thinking, shit, am I doing good enough for the community? It's growing so fast. There's so many people I don't know. It's like, is there enough value? Am I engaging enough? Right. What if people think I'm a scam? Right. And then so seeing all these testimonials was pretty cool. Go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah. So, and it's such a simple landing page because, it's all about credibility, and we want to promote you guys more than we want to promote anything else inside of the community. So, we have testimony from Luke, from Jaron, from Jared. You want me to read off some of the the titles or anything, or
just share the landing page to them and
cool. Yeah, I'll put it here for everybody to watch these later. So I just put it in the chat.
One more thing I want to add. So we saw in school is pending because school is constantly updating. Go Alex Hermosi, big fan. Affiliates. So like I'm, partnered with InvestorLift, and I have tons of high level real estate affiliates, some of the biggest names in there. And now school is coming out with affiliate stuff. So now that anybody can be an affiliate, right? Anybody. So you'll be able to share our landing page and our community to other people, and then also earn MRR off of that. So go ahead.
Yep. No, I'm glad you bring that up because they literally just had a webinar yesterday, or It was yesterday or 2 days ago, and let me share this with you guys too, so that way you guys can understand, because we're going to be using any new features school brings to the platform. So if you guys take a look at these, it's 4 new features, just to be aware of that we'll probably be bringing to the community here soon. So I just put it in the chat, but yeah. So we've had Jerry Kelly love to review, Colin love to review, 100x return. It's amazing. Getting over $50,000 in the first week. It's absolutely amazing. 6 trade lines, establishing business credit, in 2 months, and then going from 660 to 777 in under 30 days. And then just being super transparent with what you get, the live calls, all the modules, and again, the trust pilot and kind of being transparent of what it actually looks like to be inside of the community. Yeah. And that's it.
Cool. Well, thanks, Jesse. Good job on the landing page.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. I know we only have a couple people in here, but for the ones who watch this recording, thank you everybody who left testimonials.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Michael, Justin, do you guys have any questions that we can help with? You literally have Bonetta, Jesse, and I all to yourselves, and that's it. That's
I just want to say, Jesse, thank you so much. You don't know how much this means. You have done amazing behind the scenes stuff, and people don't even realize how much work goes into this and how beneficial it is to the community. I mean, you don't say a lot because you're working so hard, and it needs to be recognized. I mean, for real, recognized.
It's funny, but I actually told him, I said, bro, you need to start telling me what you're doing more often, because I don't know what I don't know.
I see it.
I was like, all right, dude, you have to go to Florida with me, and we just locked in.
I really do appreciate that, Bonetta. Thank you so much. Yeah,
I try to answer as much as I can, because I'm like, he's not ignoring you. He is working so hard. You don't realize that. I mean, he's like split himself into 15 people. And so I try to hit up as much as I can to take the pressure off. But I do so much appreciate this. And I hope that the community does as well, because y'all give. I mean, y'all give. They don't even realize that no one else out there is doing what y'all are doing. And I'm in a lot of groups.
Yeah, same.
yeah.
I had to really join quite a few just to kind of analyze, and I'm like, oh my God, I hate being here.
Yeah, it was funny. Scotty made one post in a community with over like 200 members in it, and he became the top engaging person with like 2 likes or like 3 likes or something. It's like,
same with me. It's like they were like, hoping that, but I was like, oh no, I can't do this over here too. But it's like it's no. No one's doing it like us.
Right. And the thing is like, I consciously, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not engaging enough. Right. And it's like, at the same time, we're over here building out an entire, like community moderator process to where someone can like really be in here, and has specific targets. And then we built a whole Notion pipeline to be able to track every single member in the entire community and their progress. So that way, right, data is king. Data is king. So if we understand where every single person is at, and then it's like, okay, hey, this person hasn't joined any of the weekly calls. This person hasn't used any of their credits. This person isn't leveling up at all or watching any modules. That person is most likely to cancel their subscription. So we have a process put in play to where a community moderator is able to track all of that, reach out to the person, get them on a call, and literally help them with the situation that they need. And because here's the thing is like, if you guys don't win, we don't win.
Exactly.
So
yeah, that's what I would say about it's kind of unfortunate that, things could get shut down because of the lack of understanding of the gamification. I'll admit it's not something I was looking forward to. But then as soon as you do it a little bit, it's like, why are you here? And then you're gaining a little bit, and then you're helping others, and it doesn't take much. And then it starts to kind of the domino effect maybe a few days later.
Mhm.
Then it's kind of really easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
And, you know,
learn so much from asking the questions that other people want to know as well. And it's going to benefit you by getting in there and asking.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I tried creating videos in the very beginning, being very transparent. It's like, hey, literally, I will answer any question, no matter what it is, if it's asked. Right. And then you get some people just spamming.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a way to really make it affordable, make the program affordable at a low entry and then accessible depending on how active you were.
Mhm.
And it's like, okay, so me trying to do a favor to the audience who may need that bit me in the ass. So I was like, all right, well, if we have to follow, you know, the standard, then that's what we have to do. Because there's no way I can risk shutting InvestorLift's account down. But yeah, and that's where, you know, having a community moderator is going to be super, super valuable. And of course, Bonetta, she knows when we're gone. I can tell because she's in there even more. And I think everybody can tell when she's on her cruise or a little vacation because everybody's like, where's Bonetta? Where's Bonetta? So, but yeah. I mean, do you guys have any questions, anything we can help with?
I was just gonna ask, but then you kind of brought it up, kind of like a module for fix and flippers or something. So that would be cool to, you know, like get into that.
That has been planned, honestly, Michael, over like when I first started the blueprint, before any of this was even recorded, and I was just in a Google Doc brainstorming like what I would want because I'm very systematic. Like, this is where it starts. All right, well, what do we do after travel? Well, what industry I'm in? I'm in real estate. Who the audience that knows me is real estate. So it's like, okay, if I've literally known to being the translator between the credit and the real estate world, why don't I have something that, you know, represents that here? So it's 100%. It's going to be real estate focused. And then it's like for real estate wholesalers, because I technically have already created that course for real estate wholesalers. Right. And then we just wiped it out.
It was
We ended up partnering up. I created an InvestorLift specific course.
it's like a mini course, yeah.
Yeah, and then we just ended up partnering up. So that one, and then going into fix and flip, and then going into private money, and so yeah, it's coming.
I know it kind of goes into it. None of it necessarily is anything difficult. Then you start adding on variables that you don't know. And then I'm trying to do marketing. And as soon as you get above 2 variables, things just go out the window. And then you can learn about credit. And there's way more than 2 variables.
Yeah. Yeah. I was explaining this to someone else the other day. Oh, I was on that live where there's a process, a fine line process that everybody needs to kind of follow. And it's like, that's the blueprint that you follow. But nobody starts on that line. Nobody. And nobody is in the same exact situation, right? So you look at me and Bonetta, we have both over 800 credit scores, but you can look at our credit profiles and they're completely different. So she might have a better chance of getting more credit cards where I might have a better chance of going out and getting a loan, right? So it's like, oh, you have a good credit score, you're approved for everything. No, there's so many different variables. And so like, Michael, what you may want in the end and versus what Justin may want in the end may be completely different. So therefore we come together and follow that fine line. But then down here at the end, you got to go somewhere else. You know, it's very, very confusing. It's really hard to teach that. And that's why I take pride in being the first and only person to teach everything credit in one place.
You know, could be why, you know, the struggles with this, you know, maybe with all the social media and the Zooms and the learning, and people want to learn super quick. It's these things that are it's not necessarily difficult on the one hand, but because there's so many, you know, like if there's 100 variables for each person or whatever, it's kind of like, well, I can't give you a module and you're gonna learn everything.
Right.
I can give you these, you know, this path, and I can give you a bunch, but then still every single person's got their own individual stuff.
And that is exactly why I encourage people to just ask their specific question. And now might as well reward them with gamification and unlock more modules, you know. But hey, you can't explain that to someone who doesn't like, know, and trust me and found me on YouTube. So,
Right.
but yeah, hey, with growth comes its struggles. But yeah. All right. We got anything else? If not, me and Jesse, he's at the house. He's here right now. We're going to get back to it. And yeah, so if you guys need anything, go ahead and let me know. If not, we'll see you in the community.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. Thank you.
Of course.
Perfect.
Yep.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.
Yep. Benetta, actually, do you want to hang out for a second?
Yes, please.
Awesome. See you, Justin.
Let me go ahead and stop the recording.
Yeah, for sure.